Welcome, everybody. We're going to start with a little video to get everybody in the mood. There we go.
Welcome,
everybody.
Welcome, everyone. And I'm Adam Hayduke. I'm the hockey director at Hollyburn. So we've got a number of individuals joining us live tonight on the call, but also welcome the individuals and the families that are going to be watching this recorded at a later date as well to get program information. So we're super thrilled to have Quantum Speed back this summer again at Hollyburn. I think this is year 5 or year 6. The attention to detail that Quantum Speed provides for the athletes on the ice is second to none. The way that they connect with the players is second to none. And for the longest time, this program was only available in Edmonton. And it wasn't until a couple of our very invested in I probably safe to say intense hockey families a number of years ago would bring Stephanie and her team into North Vancouver to work with a small group of athletes. So we've been thrilled to open it up to our members and have it hosted here at Hollyburn as well. So without further ado, I will turn it over to Stephanie Hanlon, founder of Quantum Speed.
Thank you, Adam. Welcome, everybody. It's an honor to be here. This is actually, Adam, I just want to point out, it's our 8th year. 8th year at Hollyburn. And what's amazing about Hollyburn is that what we're talking about right now is a values-based program that Quantum Speed and Hollyburn have always aligned on the values of development of young athletes, whether it's 6 to 9-year-olds or all the way up to pro. We've had the privilege of working with the membership at Hollyburn over the last 8 years. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to keep it short. I'm going to just throw it over to Jadine Ferreira, who is your head of skating at Hollyburn, and she's going to run us through a little bit of a presentation, but we really want to make sure that we're hitting the points that matter to you. So, hey, Andrea, I see you. Andrea thinks she snuck in. So really want to say hey to everybody and thank you. Everybody who RSVP'd showed up, which is super rare. And what that means is there's an intentionality around development and around excellence at Hollyburn, and that is where we align. So, Jadine, I'm going to throw it over to you.
Thank you, Stephanie. I am so grateful to see everyone here on this call, and you may have seen me around on the ice in my figure skates or around the club in the hallways, and you may not know that the reason I'm here is because of my relationship with Stephanie and meeting Adam. Stephanie and I have been business partners and dear friends, chosen family for over 20 years, and I got to meet Adam through her and through some of my work with Quantum Speed, through doing dryland training and performance excellence and so on. And it's my honor to be at the club every day now in the figure skating capacity, but also bridge these pieces. So that's why I'm here and that's who I am. And I look forward to meeting everybody in person. Of course, I'm at the club a lot, so come say hello if you see me. So one of the things I want to bring to everyone's attention tonight is that we have some really specific offerings. So we never do anything Quantum Speed related without intention. That word is so important. And Stephanie is very, very humble, but she is an Olympic level performance coach. She's an NHL VIP alumni. She coached the Edmonton Oilers for 9 years. She led a lot of the skating development trends that have led to the game you see now. All of the speed, all of the skating attention to detail is part of the era that she created and did a wave of that in Edmonton and beyond. So this is a program that is an overnight success of 30 some years. But the best part is what we have now to bring to you is the tried and true systems, the detailed drills and skills, but also the mental performance piece of making sure that your athlete is really paid attention to as a whole person, mind, body, and physical performance. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys. And if you can be generous enough to give me a thumbs up when you can see it, because of course, you know, it's Zoom. Never want to assume, and no, don't assume when you're on Zoom, right? So give me a little thumbs up in the corner of your screen if you can see this. I am excited to present it to you. It's really, really simple. I put it together for this crew specifically. And it's just for you in Vancouver to know what we're presenting and what the times and everything are. Of course, you had this here. Well, I'll get Adam to resend this out after the fact, just so you can have it, but I'll also link it in the chat for you guys. Okay, so you can save it to your phone. Everything you need to know is right here. I'm going to start with one more video and get us in the mood, you know, in the mood for speed. I love that. I love the exit. Boom. All right,
Well
that's
done.
a little bit about us. Thank you.
Okay, so that's enough about us.
Yeah, but the whole point of quantum speed is about the results of your player. So when I wrote this sentence, the results are the reward, I'm not just talking about the gold medal or the playoffs, but really how does your player succeed on their own personal terms, and how do they move forward and feel confident as they're building their success. So that's really what our programs are designed to do. And Stephanie can definitely speak to more of those results that she focuses on with programming, bringing the trainers in, and how those systems are built for your athlete. And one of the things I wanted to say and highlight for you, and you know this because I can see the dedication in the club. Like I'm walking around, I'm seeing people on the ice, I'm seeing you know, the extra training everyone's doing, that the effort you guys as parents are putting in. And you know that your kid's only going to be, let's say, U11 for this season, right? Or they're pushing that you know, past that U9 major team perhaps, and trying to lift themselves into the next thing. So their dedication is there. So we're looking, and I say we as a collective, we, Adam, you know, Andrea, the whole team at Hollyburn, and then as we get to come in with quantum speed for these specific weeks in the summer to add to that and give your player that personalized attention within a group environment for training. So Stephanie, I'll let you add to that a little bit more.
Well, quantum speed has been known as the personal training gym of power skating. And the great thing about, and I'm just going to blow my own horn a little bit here, is that over the 15 years I was in the NHL, is that what I discovered is that players really needed to be heard and understood as individuals. So as I walked back and started working with the younger players again, from 6 years old to 9 years old to 12 years old to 15, to understand that every stage of development is really important and you never get those years back. So if you've got a U9 right now, you never get those years back. If you've got an 11-year-old, you never get that 11-year-old year back. So don't wait to start development as they get older. What we've done is we've created a system and a program that is transferable and progressive in a way that allows them physically, mentally, and emotionally to be where they're at, and to not just train with other players of their same ability, but also to compete with them at the same time. And what we've done is we've figured out a system that allows the player to understand biomechanically how their body works. So for example, our tagline is technique plus power equals speed. So whether it's a 4-day program, 5-day
7:30,
program,
we gotta go.
a 2-week program, what we've done is we've created a system that says, okay, we're going to focus on your technique right now. Then we're going to add power, because power skating, to be honest, doesn't really exist. Power skating was a name that was brought to when figure skaters were working with hockey players and they couldn't figure out a name. They didn't want to call it figure skating. They didn't want to call it hockey skating. So they called it power skating. So they empowered a lot of figure skaters. No disrespect, JJ, you're an amazing figure skater. I have a figure skating background. So I have the mechanics and the biomechanics experience to build a skating program specific for hockey players. Now, hockey players, ringette players, anybody that wants to play the game at high speeds. So what we've done is we've broken it down into a system. Technique plus power equals speed. So we don't say, hey, you're going to just skate faster just by skating faster, tweet. We're actually going to slow it down. And actually, unfortunately, for some of the younger players, it kind of is boring on the first day, just FYI. Because what we do is we get to know them. We get to figure out what they're there for. We want to talk to the parents. We're doing a seminar to make sure that we're filling the void, getting you what you need in terms of skating. And then we build the program out of that. So we have 2 offerings that are coming, June 3rd to 6th and July 22nd to 25th. And what we're doing is we're breaking down the skating program at the smallest level. So we've got a Corks program that's new this year, which is a U9. So if you have a player that's U9, we have a program for you, all the way up to what we call VIP, which is the players that are through Hollyburn going to junior and they're moving forward, whether it's Jordy Bellerive or it's Angus Crookshank. Some of the players that are very well known in the Hollyburn world have come through the last 10 years through a quantum speed program. And now it's time to start to build that program up again. So we're really excited about what we're calling our Quarks, because Quarks is smaller than a quantum. That's why we're calling it Quarks. So Jadine, do you want to carry on?
Thanks, Stephanie. I love that you're bringing attention to all that detail because it's so true. So we wanted to provide 2 simple options, 2 weeks. You can, of course, do both weeks, but the June 3rd to 6th programs are all really focused on exactly what Stephanie's saying, breaking down the technique of the skating and building it back up so that the players have a real understanding, a foundational understanding of how to work their speed. And then it's not that they just forget about it. They actually transform in that week and take it forward with them throughout the rest of their summer and their development. And then coming back in July, we have a really special team coming from Edmonton and from Ottawa to work with their player on stick handling. So it's like you have that foundation of the skating, and then you're adding the quick hands to the quick feet, if that makes sense. So we have Quarks, like we said, and yes, I love this concept. We've been noodling this for a long time. We're excited because, we've been talking about Quarks forever, but didn't really put it into play until this year. And then we were like, 2024, it's the year of the Quark. So getting even smaller, younger players that elevated experience to be with really professional coaching and intentional training right away. So U9 is the Quarks group. Then we have U11 and U13. I'll just pull the screen down a little bit for you guys. And in our first skating week, U11 is its own group, it's elite, and then U13, and it's all about getting them that understanding. It's a lot of cerebral. Your kid might be like, whoa, that was a lot of mental, but we're there to support them through that whole process. We have an amazing team to work with them. And then if they're a U15 or U18, they're really pushing to get that extra edge of speed. That's our maximum stride program. And then stick handling, as you can see here, there is a Quarks. It's going to be the cutest thing ever. I'm sure all of the pictures for social media are going to come from the Quantum Quarks stick handling program. And then U13 and U11 together. Innovate is for that more advanced player. And then we do have by invitation only a VIP program. So it's pretty fun. Like I said earlier, I will put this right now in the chat for everybody. So you're going to have this link. You can go into whatever pertains to your player, the level and age that they're at. And then if you do have questions, if you click right here, it'll go right to our lead admin Caroline, she's amazing, and she answers email every day, way better than I ever can. And she'll be able to support you as well. So I'll put that link in the chat, and Stephanie can wrap her up.
Thank you, Jadine. So I just want to acknowledge Adam and Andrea for always believing in the method of quantum speed. And what I mean by that is that not only are we teaching skating and edges and power and speed, and what we're doing is we're also giving them the reason why. The reason why is that when you understand why you're doing something, not just because, it's going to make you skate faster, but it also is a game application. And because we have some of the best hockey professionals, I would say, in the country that are coming to Hollyburn in June and in July, they're also going to link it to why it relates to hockey. And in our game, the game is changing so fast. It's changing so fast. So if we don't stay ahead of the curve, then we're just getting, we're old school, and I don't want to be that. And the last thing I want to present is that every week I do a performance excellence seminar. And what that is for parents to have a conversation with me, with my 35 years in hockey and my 27 years as an Olympic performance coach. Actually, did you realize, Jadine, it's going to be my 4th Olympics in 2026?
That's crazy.
4th Olympics.
Yeah.
And what that means is that I bring that from the highest level right to every athlete I work with. It doesn't matter how old you are, what level you play, what level you skate at, is that we are the same. We're the same in the dressing room. We're the same in the restaurant. We want to make sure that we're creating an environment for your child, that they understand what it's like to be in an environment of excellence. Not perfection. Like, we don't talk about perfect. We don't talk about perfection. We talk about excellence. And we want to align with your values as a family. And I think that's why we've had such a long-term relationship with Hollyburn, is that our values align. We know who you are. We understand that your children are the center of your universe, and we put your child in the middle. And we treat every single person as an individual, which is super interesting, because a lot of times in group lessons, you can't be treated as an individual because you're just saying, tweet, go, do the drill. That's not what we do. Every single session, including quirks, is going to have video feedback. We're going to have an instructor, a professional instructor, videoing and showing feedback to the group. And as they get older, they'll get individual feedback, but they start getting used to it at Quirks, is that they're going to get feedback. They're going to get empowered. They're going to be seeing what they're doing in relation to other athletes. So, which is why Jadine's videos are so powerful, is that every single video that we took was done at Hollyburn. It's done at Hollyburn. These are your athletes. This is your legacy. And it's time now to start again. And we're super excited. June 3rd is our first session. And then if you choose, you can also, in the same age group, sign up for July 24th. So you have a session in June and a session in July. You've got a session with me, which is 1 hour for parents. I know it's about like kids and stuff and the players, but really my commitment is to do a parent conversation, is to really give you some insights as to how to accelerate, how to be an amazing hockey parent. And honestly, I have had some conversations over the years with general managers, coaches, that parents have really not made the best decisions. But if I can give you some tips on how to support your child all the way through tryouts, all the way through evaluations, all the way up through even being drafted, it would be my honor. And I can help you accelerate your learning curve on those seminars. So that's us. That's quantum speed. There's really nothing to sell. It either fits with your values or it doesn't, and I'm good with either way. But I really look forward to supporting you and your child on their hockey journey, because it is a journey. Champion's journey. If you saw the sign, I've been doing the Champion's journey for almost 30 years with athletes of all levels. The NHL has been my biggest learning, and I think that's what I want to bring back to minor hockey, is my lessons the hard learned lessons, the things you don't have to learn because I've made the mistakes and I've seen other parents make the mistakes, and let me help you set your child up for success.
It's really well said. I think that, the passion and care that I see every day at Hollyburn really matches, this brand and Quantum Speed, and Adam, your leadership, and just grateful. And if anyone has a question, this is a great time to ask. If you would like to, if you want to do it anonymously or ask us later,
Or
then just shoot
unmute.
an email, or you can unmute. You can totally pop on the screen. We're here for you. I get it. You may have your own question, so feel free.
I think
Adam?
there's a question in the chat room from Lisa. How do we register for these programs?
Beautiful. So right on the link, does everyone have the link on that I put into the chat? If you can see that link, that is that landing page. I'll show it to you guys again. So when you go into the page, you can choose whatever you're interested in. Let's say you have a U9, you can press on register here. It'll take you right to the registration page for your client. Sorry, our client, which is your kid. It's been a long day. Thank you. So that'll have all of the details and the pricing, and then you can press the register button right there. And if you have any challenge with this, it's register@quantumspeed.ca. I'll put that in the chat as well, you guys. That's the email for Caroline. Register@quantumspeed. And also, now that you know that I'm at the club all the time and I'm figure skating, but I also work so closely with Quantum, you can stop me anytime and ask a question if you'd like as well. All right, hopefully I answered that. Anybody else?
I have a quick question. Sorry.
Yeah. Hi, Andrew.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
My older son Jack did Quantum Speed U11 last year, albeit
I remember.
he was interested in the stick handling week afterwards, but we were traveling. Is it worth him just doing stick handling on its own? I haven't looked into doing the U13 regular Quantum Speed, but just wondering, you need to do the skating portion as well as the stick handling in any given season? Okay.
No, you don't have to. And of course we remember Jack, lots of energy,
Okay.
lots of fun and focus.
Love Jack.
Yeah. It's kind of designed to take independently. Of course they work together really well, but if you're unable to do the first week, you can absolutely sign up just for the stick handling week.
Okay.
I think the great thing, sorry, Andrew, the great thing about that week is you're also going to get some of the skating stuff. We can't help it.
Right.
We just can't help it. So the instructor that we have coming from Ottawa is probably one of the best stick handling instructors, I would say, in hockey. So if you're able to do the skating piece, that's great. If not, that's fine too. But I think we can't help it. We have to connect the skating to the stick handling because that's the game.
Right. And I guess separately, how much of a progression would the U13 session be compared to the U11 of the regular skating session, given that Jack is moving from U11 to U13?
Okay, so here's my 35 years of experience working at every level. So can I tell a quick story?
Sure.
Okay. So back in the day when I was hired as the Edmonton Oilers skating coach, I worked with every level of player. So the first rounders and the new draft picks, etc. And we had a young guy, number 94, his name was Ryan Smith. And he showed up, as a guy that wanted to work on his skating. He was team captain actually for Team Canada for a couple of years, I think even into, maybe even 2006 Olympics. Anyway,
I think I recall missing front teeth.
That's the dude with the mullet.
Yeah.
That's the dude. Yeah. So what had happened was that when I started with the Oilers, he was like, okay, I love this, but it's not enough. So where else are you teaching? Edmonton and at Castle Downs Arena. Like nobody had ever heard of that. Like, where's Castle Downs Arena with a bunch of 9-year-olds? And after that, every Monday from 4 till 4:45, Ryan Smith showed up to train with 9-year-olds. So when you think about what we teach in quantum speed, it's science, it's mechanics. So when you're teaching it and learning it at 9 years old and you're relearning it at 11, you're a different player. Then you're relearning at 13. And yes, we make it more challenging and more interesting and more competitive, but mechanics are mechanics. And what Ryan got to, and he skated on Mondays with, they called them novices and Adams at the time. I don't know if that's offensive, but unfortunately that's what they were called back then. And he trained with them. And what he got to was the foundation and the basics. And he was able to really reconnect with what he was doing. And what I've learned with quantum speed is that there's players that will come back at junior and come back and change with bantams, train with bantams, and pros that will come back and train with midgets, because they're different. They change, they grow, they get different muscle mass, they get smarter, but the foundation is the same. And as we make it more fun and more interesting and we use bigger words and all that stuff, ultimately training is training. When you go to the gym and you're doing a bench press, you're still doing a bench press. You're just adding more plates. Bench press, adding more plates. Bench press, adding more plates. And what we figured out is that as long as we create an environment where the players are challenged, where they're inspired, and when they're competitive, because we can create these little competitive environments, then they will learn. And that's where the confidence is built. Confidence isn't built from the outside and throwing kids into groups that maybe they don't fit into. And that's really what I've learned over the years, is many parents are saying, okay, well, let me put them with older kids because they'll be challenged more. Well, that's great for some, depending on the personality and the confidence of that particular child. Is that helpful? Cool. Janine, anything else?
Question though. It's such a great question. Yeah, thank you, Andrew, because I think that is one of the things that's the hardest to navigate as a parent. And I love your story because it's such a great reminder of like the foundation is there, but we all change.
Yes.
You know, the athlete changes. You guys know, the last 6 months, I mean, the kid you knew in the summer is not the same kid you're driving to Hollyburn today. So I think it's such a cool reminder that, you know, your acronym, and I'll bring it up here because it's so valuable, and you have it at the core of everything, is your acronym for WIN, which is what's important now. And what's important now at U11 is different than what's important now at U13, but we're still going to bed on time, having our vegetables, picking up our room, doing our homework. Like that stuff doesn't change. And that's kind of like how we approach with quantum speed, but we're speaking at the level and to the intelligence of where they're at. So thank you for that story. I love it.
You're welcome. Thank you, Andrew.
All right, Adam, anything we stepped over that you know we're going to get asked tomorrow that we should address now?
No, I think a lot of the families from Hollyburn that did it last year, they kind of carry the message forward. So I know that that draws a lot of interest, and we'll share this video link with those that weren't able to attend. It'll come up in our U9 parent meeting as well, early March. Yeah, just hope to see everybody on the ice with quantum speed. It's very worthwhile. It's if you haven't done it before, it's something that you've never experienced to date yet. I can guarantee it. So,
thank you, Adam. Thank you, everyone, for being here. It's an honor to enter our 8th year at Hollyburn, and we really, really look forward to growing this values-based program within this amazing club. So, thank you, Jadine. Anything to wrap up?
Yeah. Oh, I'm just so grateful. I love being here every day. And please, like, see me in the hallway or on the ice skating.
A nice hat, by the way.
Hello. Right? This is old school quantum.
I know. We got to get some hats and some new t-shirts.
Yeah, so fun. Thank you guys so much for your time.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
Good
Laura.
night.
Good night, Andrea.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks, Chris. And Laura, too.
Night, guys.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good night. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Adam.